guys, I'm Amy, and you've landed on Belle Loves Bargains. That's my cow Effingham, and sometimes he co-hosts with me. He's got a lot to say. This channel is Dollar Tree, and only Dollar Tree. And why? Because everything at the Dollar Tree is $1.25, people. So stick around, consider subscribing, and don't forget to give me that big thumbs up. And if you want to know more about the 4 uploads I do every week, just check out the description box for more information. Enjoy! What would you do? No. What would you make if I... Okay. No, that works. It goes, what would you think if I sang out of tune? Would you stand up and walk out on me? Lend me your ears and I'll sing you a song, and I'll try not to sing out of key. Oh, I get by with a little help from my friends. I get high with a little help from my friends. What do you do when your love is away? Does it worry you to be alone? All right, enough of that. Hi guys, welcome to Belle's Bargains. My name is Amy, but today is, you have landed on me, what would you make challenge. So we make things with wood. But I'd already sang that Beatles song a couple of videos ago, but I was like, how can I not? And a matter of fact, I think it needs to be my what would you make challenge song every time. What would you do if I sang out of tune? Just change channel. Okay, guys. So today is the what would you make challenge. Let me go over this. It's actually, I love this challenge because I get to use up some product because I'm really trying to craft my stash right now. And so it makes me think outside the box some. So this is, the host is Connie from Wood Shop and DIYs and Brenda from Rustic Lace and DIYs. Both those channels, I'm sure you know. Brenda and her little dog, Oliver, right? Oh, I'm gonna be upset if I got that wrong because her dog is so cute. We should have a play date, Brenda, Oliver, and Jax. Okay, but Kathy Jo DIYs, if you guys have not watched Kathy's channel, you should, because it is a listening experience as well as a creative experience. So, because she's just hysterical in the accent. We'll just, for those of us that don't have an accent. All right, so let's dive in. So today is that, thank you ladies so much for putting on this challenge today. And in my description box, there will be links to their channels and also to the playlist. So it's always a fun playlist because it just, the different things that people come up with. I don't know, challenges in general are fun to go to the playlist. Okay, so I've only made 2 crafts for today. I had a very busy weekend, but I managed to slam these 2 out. And I just realized I forgot something. This is what I forgot. Okay, so in this what would you make challenge, I'm always like, all right, let's go to the stash and see what do I have, like a lot of wood. Now, first of all, if you're new to this channel because you're here for the playlist, welcome, I hope you stick around. But you should know this is a Dollar Tree channel, so absolutely everything I use, Dollar Tree, including my paints. My acrylic paints are from Dollar Tree. I use the Acrylology. Everything's Dollar Tree. So that includes all of my craft supplies and my craft stuff. So at the Dollar Tree, they sell, and it started, I wanna say maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago, where they were selling these boxes full of little wood cutouts. I think the first one had like a bicycle, a camera, and cloud, and you know, conversation bubble and stuff. And they were kind of hard to find at first, and now they have them out seasonally. But I want you to notice is these are 2 different boxes. So see the back of this one? Oops, I love it when my camera's, hold on. I was taking photos and I didn't move my light back. There we go. Hey, let's go this way. Okay, so here's the thing. The box initially, it's a nice box, it's well made, but now they've gone to these, and these are just, there's, you know, I don't know how to explain it, but there's the rivets in there for putting that separator in. So I have a lot of both, but I pulled out the old ones and I started to disassemble them because I saw in here a Chinese lantern. And now you also see the Chinese lantern. Okay, now let's talk about, but there is one of the boxes that I just used for our lid. And there was just a little votive in there. But, wait for the surprise. Look, there's little shadow things in there as well. Huh? Okay, hold on, let me show you how I made this. These are the boxes, and I've got one already separated there. So some of them come apart easier than others, but I'm just trying to push that back off. When it wouldn't come off, I just started scoring with a utility knife. And I mean, eventually I get them separated. I left this in real time just so you could see, you know, how long it actually does take. But I'm scoring and then pushing and scoring. A couple of the inserts did break. Not a big deal. Just glued them back together with wood glue. So deconstruction on this is it's medium difficult, if that. Anyway, so just getting them separated. Okay, so once I get them separated, I have the 4 bottoms and then the 4 sides, right? So I have 4 boxes here, and I'm going to use those bottoms as actually the bottom of this lantern. So I'm trying not to destroy them. So I want those 4 bottoms to be just the 4 pieces of wood. So I'm going to go back and score some more and score. Anyway, eventually just keep working it and you can get these separated. Again, some of them come apart easier than others, just like everything else from the Dollar Tree, right? Some stickers come off easy and some don't. But so once I do get these apart, I'm going to start putting the glue. I think I glue the bottoms together first and then start painting everything black. Here we go. We're going to score one more time just to get it apart. I wonder, I didn't try a heat gun. I suppose the other thing you could do is try a heat gun and try heating it up. I didn't do that. Just didn't think of it till just now. But you could probably use a heat gun and possibly heat up that glue and get it separated quicker. There you go. There, see, now it pops off. And there's just a little bit of residual of wood on one of the crossbars on that, but not a big deal. Just pull that off. And there you go. So I'm going to get all 4 of them separated into these 4 panels, which of course are the sides of my lantern. And the back pieces are going to be the bottom of the lantern. So I'm just using wood glue and putting these together as best I can. They're not exactly uniform, so just get them together as best you can. And it was just, I wanted a good solid piece for the bottom of it. And I'm going to clamp them and then let them dry for a few hours. And there you go. That's now the bottom of our lantern. So once everything is dry, I'll take that apart and paint it black as well. In the meantime, I'm going to start painting all of the panels. Now, this is a little tedious, you guys. Like, it took a little bit of time. I'm just making sure. And then I went back several times to fill in, you know, little spots. Because it's wood, and some of them, the sides of these are very porous. They're not solid, right? It's like wood particles glued together. And then as I'm building this around, it doesn't fit absolute. You end up with a little gap on one side. And I am only using wood glue, by the way. No hot glue. I didn't want any hot glue gaps added in. I wanted this to be as tight as possible. So right here, the one side's going to be off slightly. It's okay. I just keep building because I'm going to put the popsicle sticks on the bottom. So I let this set up and dry, and then I'll reinforce it on the bottom with popsicle sticks. Somehow I did not film that when I did it, but I just did popsicle sticks on the bottom to reinforce it. And here's, I've got the popsicle sticks on there already, and I'm painting them. But you'll notice when I float to the inside, flip it over, there's a gap, and that's really right there. And I had to put that in there so that this thing would stay together in a square frame. And I'm just touching up my black paint on it because there's I mean, it's black paint on wood, so there's going to be touch-ups no matter what. Next, I'm going to go through and just sort of reinforce my corners because you can see how they're popping right there. They're not lining up exactly. And so all I do is hold my corners together and put a little bead of glue in them, and that just kept it square right here. See, just a bead of hot glue right there. Boom, boom. And that really squared up my lantern. Now these are my legs, and these are the apple wood forms. I just twisting the stems out of them. Some of them don't come out perfectly, but I just use my little item there and keep working it. The reason I wanted to get it all out of there because I need to make sure that it's going to be flat on top and there's no extra wood sticking up because it's going to get glued to the bottom of our lantern. Now paint them black, and so that they match, obviously. I'll paint all 4 of those, let them dry, and there we go. Now I have on the side there, I've cut 4 pieces of cutting board, which again didn't film, I'm so sorry. But it's just cutting board. It's a 2-pack that you get in the kitchen area of Dollar Tree, and they make perfect lantern shade side pieces, panels, shade panels, that would be it. So I've cut those to fit, and I'm putting them in there. Just a dab of hot glue to keep them in place, but they fit in there pretty snug, so I'm not even sure that this was necessary. And I'm really got my lantern pretty built. Let's go to the top. So I just take one of the boxes and 4 tumbling tower blocks, and I'm just going to angle these on each corner to be what puts it on top, holds it on top of the lantern. And it's a very Asian design, the jutting out square rectangular, I'm not sure how I would say it, but anyway, it looks very Asian. When I first put these on, by the way, they were sticking out too far. I ended up taking them off and pulling them in a little bit, but that doesn't matter. It's all visually what is appealing to you, so they were just a little too long. In the end, it should have been about halfway through that tumbling tower block. So I do end up going back and doing that, and I'm using my ruler thing there to make sure they're aligned. See, at this point, I've pulled them in halfway. Okay. That was the mushroom topper, which I was just showing it there, and I'm going to paint the entire top. But I decided that I was going to put some shadow things in our lanterns, so these are those little wood pieces. I'm painting them all black, this is just, you could do multiple things there with that. So after this all dried, I painted that black, and now I'm going to start putting the wood pieces inside the lantern, and I used a marker and drew a line like the trunk of this vine thing that I'm putting in there. And you'll see I end up putting a thicker line in there later. I'm not sure I like that or I don't like it. It doesn't matter. I could redo it, but I left it just to show you guys. So again, this would just be personal choice, like what do you want to put in there. And on the other side I put butterflies just to show that too. So there would be lots of possibilities for how you could do this. Or just leave it with nothing. So, and you can see right there it's thin line on the sort of vine thing here, but I end up using a thicker marker and taking it apart and putting it all back together. But you can see once you put the candle in there, you get a nice thing. So see here, I've taken it out and I decided to use a thicker marker. The problem with that is that the marker actually shows much deeper than the wood pieces. So the other thing you could do is just take a marker and draw a silhouette of whatever you want on here, which would work amazing as well. You could put happy faces on there. You could do endless things. But I think it does look really cool. It's just a very cool effect on this lantern. And then I'm going to get all that together. We're going to put the top on. We're going to put the butterflies on that one, and this thing is wrapped up and done. I think it came out really cool, and it was a fun way to use something that was just basically scrap wood pieces from product bought at the DT. So this one was a little more intense and time consuming because there was so much painting and deconstruction and so on and so forth. What I would like to say is here, when I use the Sharpie, I'm not so sure about that. I can't decide if I like it or I don't, but you wouldn't have to do that. And I've left 2 sides plain. I was just showing you options because, of course, these are the little cutouts that come in these boxes, right? There's the little, this one looks like the cherry blossoms and the leaves and the butterflies. Well, those are exactly what you're getting in here. So it's kind of fun just to create this shadow effect, very Japanese lantern looking. Also, on the bottom, which I've gone over, just want to say, so nothing is ever the exact same size. So when I put the 4 tops together, once I glue the sides on, there was a little gap. And so I did the popsicle sticks just to brace it, which was not filming when I did that for some reason. Okay, I love this piece. I think it's super cool. And it all came from the boxes. So, do you see a Chinese lantern now? And these are apples. And this is a mushroom for the lid. Okay, anyway, hope you guys like that one. Let's move on to project number 2. Now listen, there are times when they get amazing craft supplies in the Dollar Tree and they're there for a short time and we can never find them. One day, probably 6 months ago or so, I found glass mosaic tiles and I was like, oh my gosh, there they are. So I think I bought however many bags are in the video. I think it's 4 bags. And so I just decided to make a trinket tray or a shadow box. So couple things. I just want to say I could put little feet on this, be super cute, and it would be like a little trinket tray. But I actually left it like this because I want to use it more of a shadow box on a tier tray. It's the perfect size. And initially, I had thought maybe I would take a few of these and do the mosaic. The reason I didn't is that this is very, 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 very thin wood. And I was worried about the weight of the mosaic. Whereas this is the wood box that's only been out a few months where there's the three sizes. This is the smallest one. So I did this on purpose. I think it's a beautiful like little shadow box for a tier tray. Hold on, let me show you how I made this. I have, it looks like 4 packages of those mosaic tiles, and they're all different colors. I'm not going to use a pattern. I'm just going to randomly pick up pieces. So I just dump all of them into this box here. So there was like the oranges and the yellows and the blues and the light blues and the, anyway. Tacky glue. It worked amazing. So I'm just coating tacky glue on the bottom of the box, and I'm going to start putting tiles. This is pretty simple. The tiles, when you get to the end, it was almost a perfect fit. Each one of these boxes, I'm sure, is a slightly different size, as in true Dollar Tree style. But it was a perfect fit on the bottom. Now, when I went to the sides, there was a little bit of an issue because once you got to like the last side, you didn't really have room for the last tile. So I had to break a tile or two to get a piece in there, or just search through these for the smallest tile I could find. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and tacky glue and lay my mosaic tiles down all across. No pattern, no rhyme, no reason. Now, you could do it with a pattern. It's another option. I just didn't want to. So this is the last row. See, I'm doing that, and there's more space. So I just sort of readjusted all of my tiles all the way across to make it more even in the distancing. Now I'm going to go to the sides and put those on. Once I had all 4 sides done, I let it sit overnight. I wanted to make sure that everything was nice and dry before I put the caulk in there. And again, this is on this row. I think when I got to the last one, I really had to make sure I found the smallest tile. Okay, so let it dry overnight, and now here's the caulk, which I got from the Dollar Tree. Snip off the ends. And I used I don't know what they call this tool. It's like, I call it my spreader tool. I just put a bunch in there and then pulled out the spreader tool, the mini spreader, and was just using this to push the caulk in between the tiles. And just until I felt it was in there pretty good, and then scraped out all the excess, and was careful not to be too hard on it because I didn't want to break the tiles, right? So it's a light pressure to push that into the tile all over. And then once I had enough of it in there, I started just removing the excess. So pushing it in, making sure I've got it all nice and filled with caulk so I can wipe it down and let it dry. So I'm just going to remove the excess here, right? I seem to have it in the corner as well, blah, blah, blah. And I'm going to remove the excess. Okay, so, you know, they say to use a wet towel and wipe it all off after you've got it pushed in there. I just used a wipey and just sort of wiped it down as best I could. But you'll see when I go to working the sides, after I move as much of this as I can before I start wiping it down, I didn't put caulk on the very top of those tiles, and so I just sort of used the wipey and picked up some of it and just lightly pushed it into the top of the tiles there, in the very top. And that seemed to work. So right here, I'm just picking up a little bit of the excess and just sort of wiping it into the top crevices on the very top of this. And then I'm just going to continue to wipe it down until it's pretty clear, and then I let that dry overnight. Now, I went through a lot of like back and forth, like should I paint the box, should I stain the box, should I whatever. I actually even got my shoe polish out only to find out I am out of brown shoe polish. Anybody got some out there? So I'm going to have to find some more. And in the end, I decided to stain it because of all the colors that were in the tile. I didn't want to back it into one color corner. So by staining it, I could pull out any of the colors that were in the tiles. So first I was taking a wipe. You just wanted to make sure that I was going to like this color. This is the bottom of it, right? And I do, so I just get a foam brush and I just sort of brush it on there and then wipe it off. One mistake I did, as I was putting the caulk on the tile, it was on my fingertips and I was holding the box. So I had a couple places where that was on there. I didn't realize it. I mean, it was fine. I just gave it a little bit of character, but if you're going to do anything like this, just make sure you clean up all of your residual caulk on the outside of your box as well, because it doesn't really take the stain the same way. So I'm just brushing it on, wiping it off, and then that's it. This thing dries, and that is it. I love how this came out. If I could find more of those mosaic tiles, I would make a large platter, like they sell in the Dollar Tree Plus area. I would just do the whole bottom of a platter. But I have not found it since the one time that I found them. I'll be on the lookout, and I know they'll be back out. It's just a matter of when. Could be months, could be a year, because it is Dollar Tree. All right, so which one of these two did you guys like best? And remember, on this little thing, I'm using it like a shadow box, but you could absolutely put feet on this and make it a very cute little trinket box. All right, thanks for watching, guys. I'll be back to say goodbye. Although I've probably already gone over it in my voiceover, I just want to remind you guys. So putting the caulk in there is to really seal it. It was on there fine. Those tiles were not coming off, but the caulk fills in all of your gaps. It gives it more of a tile look, an actual tile look. So I love this. I think it's super cool. It's a good sturdy piece, and I can't wait to put it on a tier tray and just put something really, you know, like a black silhouette of a rooster or something would be super cute. Just anything to set in there, just like a little shadow box. So those are my two wood DIYs. I'm sorry there's not a third. I ran out of time. And this little lantern here took quite a bit of time. There's just a lot of intricate painting and whatnot. But I think it's super cool, and it was a great way to use these little boxes. But remember, there's two different ones, okay? So it's these, the sturdier ones. And these might be, I think these are the old ones and then they've gone to this, or is it reversed? I don't know. Next time I'm in and I find them, I'll look. But it's the ones that don't have the notches in the back, which is what I used. And it took a little bit to separate the two. Okay, that's it. Which one is your favorite? Honestly, I can't decide. I happen to like Asian style, so I think this came out really cool. It's sort of a fun piece. But this is such a usable piece for a tier tray, and I have a permanent tier tray now in my kitchen, which I will be doing a video coming up soon, which will be my farmhouse tier tray. All right, that's it, guys, everybody. So once again, thank you so much to Connie and Brenda and Kathy Jo for hosting this What Would You Make? What would you make if we went to the Dollar Tree and found some supplies to create? Oh, close enough, right? All right, everybody. From your singing crafty crafter, have a great day, a great week, a great life, and as always, Happy hunting at your local Dollar Tree. Now please go check out the playlist down below. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up or hitchhike for a ride. And of course, leave a comment. Bye, besties. Thanks for watching.